Hi, I'm Shelley Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pair of overalls with a bib to fit 8-inch baby dolls like this one from JC Toys. It should fit dolls with similar body types in that size range. If you want to learn how to resize my free pattern, take a look in the description below where you'll find a link to my Creative Spark class on pattern alterations. It includes information about how to resize patterns. Before we begin, please go to shelleywood.com to download this free PDF sewing pattern and this one too. They'll be in one PDF. Again, there's a helpful link in the description below this video on YouTube. Use your pattern to cut out all the pieces shown. Note, the bib lining is on the shirt pattern page. Clip above the dart on the overall's back piece and alongside the bib on the overall's front piece, using your pattern as a guide. Now let's work with the overall's back pieces first. Use a fabric pen or pencil along with your pattern to mark the gray lines on the dart as shown here. It may help to lay the pattern on a window like you see me doing here, and use your window like a light box. If you have a light box, that's perfect. One overall's pants piece should face the right way, but for the other piece, it's a good idea to turn your pattern upside down and then draw the dart. Fold the fabric right down the middle of the dart and stitch where the sides of the dart are marked. Clip away the unneeded fabric. That's what I'm doing here. Be careful you don't cut into your stitches. Follow these directions for both of your back pieces. Your overall backs should now look something like this. Note how they are a mirror image of each other. Please put these aside for just a moment and let's work on the bib's lining for a while. Lay one lining piece on top of another, lining up the notches and keeping those right sides together. Sew along the notched side. Open up the bib's lining like you see here. Open the seam and press it with a hot iron. Next, you'll need some wax paper. You'll also need a bit of Dritz fray check. Moisten the rounded edge of the bib with your fray check and allow this wet edge to dry on the wax paper for about 30 minutes. While you're waiting, let's work with the front of the overalls. Lay one overall's front on top of another, keeping right sides together. Stitch from the top of the bib to where the crotch meets the inseam. Now you might be wondering, wait, where's the crotch? Your pattern is marked to help you understand that. Clip your seam. That's what you see me doing here. Be careful you don't cross your stitches. I actually go really slow when I do this. Open up the seam you've just clipped and press it. Set that aside for a moment and we'll work with the straps. Fold in one of the shorter ends of the strap and then fold the long side toward the very middle of it, like you see me doing here. Fold up the other long side and then fold the whole thing in half, as we like to say, like a hot dog. Run 2 straight stitches across the strap and follow these directions for both of your straps. You should now have 2 straps with top stitching. Notice one side is a raw edge and the other is a folded edge. Once your bib lining is dry, lay it on top of the bib with overalls front, okay, with glue side down, keeping right sides together. Okay, so you'll notice what I mean by glue side down. The rounded side is down, okay, and the square side is at the top. Align the center seams of the front and lining pieces and stitch from the center to the corner, and then turn at the corner, making a little right angle, and stitch the side to the base of your slit cut. Stitch the other side from the center as well, and again you turn and do that right angle, and then clip corners and all along the bib's edges. Okay, so I've finished stitching my bib and now I'm clipping corners and edges. Invert the bib. A chopstick can help you gently poke out the corners. Just be careful with it so you don't accidentally poke through. So you'll see me inverting it, and then I stick my chopstick in and I give it a little twist, and that helps to poke out the corners. Press all of the bib's seams so far. Fold the top of each waist wing down. They kind of look like wings, and press toward the wrong side as shown. So you can see I'm pressing toward the wrong side. Now stitch across each of these waist wing sections on both the right side and the left side of the overall's front. Okay, so left and right sides. Lay one of the overall's backs on top of another, keeping right sides together. Line up one dart up against the other dart with right sides facing. Sew from the clip below the back closure, over the top of the dart seams, to the bottom of the crotch. Check your pattern to see where the crotch ends. Clip this seam, and that's what you see me doing here. Open this seam and make sure your seat darts line up. This is, of course, where your doll's behind will be. Now, this next part can be tricky. You're going to lay the back pieces on top of the front pieces with right sides facing, but they don't seem to match, and that's okay. Connect them to each other along the out seams. Stitch from the bottom of the pant leg all along the outseam edge, but stop sewing just 2 centimeters from the top. Okay, so your stitches need to end right here. See that 2 centimeter mark? Here's how it looks after sewing just one outseam so you get a feel for it. Okay, so there's my little darts in the behind of the thing. Okay, here's my closure. Now notice where my right thumb is. There's kind of a gap there. I want to leave that open a little bit so that I can hem the back. And this is the front, and it's got a hem. It's just a single fold hem. But I'm going to sew this area, and I'm not going to finish at the very top. Now you'll need to do this for both out seams. Here I am sewing the other out seam. I've sewn from the bottom of the pant leg to just shy of the folded down waist wing, leaving that 2 centimeters unsewn at the top. And I'm just showing you a quick motion video of what I'm doing. So I'm starting down at the bottom of the pant leg and sewing up the out seam but I'm going to stop before I get to the end. And now your garment should look like this. Here's a view from the back. Okay, remember that unsewn 2 centimeter area? Fold it down to match the front hem. Make sure these 2 sides match in the hem area. You want them to be equal in length. Stitch a hem along the back at the top of the back. Here's a closer look at my finished stitches. Okay, so here's my opening. I fold this back down and then I check it to make sure that it's going to match the front in terms of length, and that's where I want to sew it. Now you still have a gap at the sides. Also, the back closure needs to be hemmed, but we're going to do that in a minute, so be patient. Let's take a look at the whole thing so far. Okay, so I've got this gap at the side. I've got my more or less finished bib. Okay, there's another side seam and there's the back closure. Join the sides together like this and finish that out seam. Do that on both sides of the overalls. Clip both finished out seams, like you see me doing here. I'm doing the other one now. And fold the back closure area once and then a second time to create a hem in the back closure area. Stitch along the edge of this closure hem. Do that on both sides of the back closure. Pinch together the crotch and sew from the crotch seam down the inseam to the bottom of one pant leg. Okay, so I'm going to pinch together the crotch area. I'm looking at it kind of upside down. I pinch together the crotch and then I sew from my right hand to my left hand. Then sew from the crotch to the bottom of the other pant leg. Clip the inseam you've just created. So I'm clipping it. Again, this is fast motion. I'd actually go really slow doing this. At the bottom of each pant leg, fold once and then a second time to create a little double fold hem. Whip stitch along the edge of this hem for each of your pant legs. Now your overalls should look like this. Put the overalls on your doll, inside out. Fasten the back with a straight pin. It should look like this. Now pin each strap to the back, right and left of the closure. Pull each of the straps around to the front, making sure the finished edge of the strap will easily overlap the bib. Adjust your pins as needed. Release the back closure pin, not the straps, but the back closure. Leave the straps pinned in place. You're going to need that. Stitch the raw edge end of each strap to the overalls while keeping them pinned there, very near the back closure. Only remove the straight pins when you've finished sewing both straps in place. Turn the overalls right side out. That's what I'm doing here. They are so cute. I just love this starry fabric. It was fun to work with. And there we go. That's looking really cute. Sew snaps to the back closure. If you need help sewing snaps, I do have a tutorial for that. Look in the description below. attach snaps to one end of an overalls strap plus one on the bib itself. So these need to be male and female matching snaps. Do this for both of your straps. And now you're ready to try the overalls on a doll, and she looks so cute. Now I designed this particular set of overalls along with my students in my most recent Creative Spark course, which is going to teach how to design your own doll pants patterns. Look in the description below this video on YouTube to learn how you can design your own doll pants and overalls, obviously, with my Creative Spark online learning course.